Hey guys, welcome back. So I know it's been a while since I've posted, I think like 4 months to be exact, from my last video. So yeah, I've been gone. I really missed filming, and I just want to update you on where I've been and what I've been doing. If you watched my last video, you know that I was on an internship, and not long after that video, actually, the internship made me really depressed. I had talked about on that video how disappointed I was about the internship, so I got really depressed and anxious. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't post after that. But then I also created a bookstagram, and I've been focusing more on that. So if you want to follow my bookstagram, it's right here, the name, so you can go ahead. I've been active there basically almost every day, so yeah, I've been more focused on that. And since I don't have to be showing my face there, it was better for me because I really enjoy making content. But I just wasn't in the headspace to be on video showing my face and talking and stuff. So yeah, that's why I've been more focused on bookstagram, and also because I've been reading more, which I'll be talking about too. So I ended up finishing the internship. Then I was working on my report. I also got that done. I finished the course, and since July I've been on the hunt for jobs, and right now I'm waiting on feedback from a company. So send good vibes, because I really need a job. I'm kind of desperate for a job, so I just hope they accept me. Then in May I also went to the Lisbon Book Fair, which I think was one of the highlights of the year. It was really fun. I went with my best friend. And also, not long after I finished the internship, I developed some health problems, which took me a few months to figure out what was wrong with me. So yeah, I think only now I discovered what the problem was. So yeah, that was probably one of the main reasons to why I haven't posted, because of those health problems I developed insomnia. Yeah, I think that's probably the main reason to why I haven't posted, because I've just been exhausted. So yeah, that's basically it on the life updates, except from the internship and the course, etc. I haven't been doing much, and also it's summer, and I also went on vacation with my family. I've just been around the house, reading, going to the pool, etc. That's basically it. But yeah, those are the reasons why I haven't posted. Then as for what I've been reading, so if you watched my last video, I believe I was reading the Song of Achilles, and I ended up finishing actually it took me maybe the entire month of June to finish it, and unfortunately I didn't really like that book. I gave it 2 stars. I remember when I picked it up, I've had seen so many people raving about it, and that they cried their eyes out, and it was just so boring. I didn't like the characters just annoyed me. The romance was annoying, so yeah, I didn't really like it. Sure, the ending was sad, but I was just so over it that I was just oh, thank God, it's finally over. But after that I've read I believe I read 14 books so far. Let me just pull up my Goodreads so I can tell you the books I've read. Okay, so my goal for this year is 20 books, and as I said, I've read 14 so far. So the first one I read was Sharp Objects. I also showed that in a video. Cruel Prince, also showed that in a video. And then I also read Hunting Adeline, also talked about it in a video. The Song of Achilles. Then I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I really liked. I gave it 4 stars. Then I read Verity by Colleen Hoover, which I gave 1.5 stars. Then I read Hunting Adeline, the second book on the cat and mouse duet, which I gave 5 stars also. Then I read Mile High by Liz Ford. I gave it 3.5 stars. I also read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I gave it 3 stars, and I only read this one because my best friend read it, and also because I wanted to go watch the movie on the cinema. Otherwise, I don't think I would have read it. So, and then I also read the Housemaid series. I read The Housemaid Secret, and The Housemaid is Watching. For the Housemaid, I gave it 4.5 stars. The Housemaid Secret, I gave 4 stars, and The Housemaid is Watching, I gave 5 stars. And then I read Ugly Love, also by Colleen Hoover. Also, I gave it 1.5 stars, and this book was it for me when it comes to Colleen Hoover, because I'm just like so fed up with her. I still want to read It Starts With Us just so I can like finish the series, but maybe I'll only read it like at the end of the year, because my brain cannot handle more Colleen Hoover like so soon. So yeah, and then the last book I've read was The Inmate by Frida McFadden, which I gave 3 stars. So yeah, those are the books I've read so far, and right now I'm rereading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm almost halfway through it. I really want to like read this series. I know I've read this in 2022. I actually like filmed, I think, 2 vlogs on it, but like since I want to read the entire series, and I never got to finish A Court of Mist and Fury, which I'm pointing because I have it like really like literally in front of me. I think I read like 60% of it, but you know, since it was like the book wasn't mine, I had to return it. So yeah, I never got to finish it. So I was like, okay, since I want to read the entire series, might as well reread the first book, because I didn't remember like 100% of like what happened here. So yeah, I decided to reread it, and actually I'm enjoying it much more than I did the first time. I think it's also because back then it was like reading in English was very new to me, especially fantasy books which are written in a more like poetic or like complicated way if you're like a non-native speaker. And like since I read more like books in English before this one, like this year, I've gotten like more used to it, so it's a bit easier for me this time to read this one and like to comprehend what's happening. So the goal is to like finish the series. That's like my goal for September and October. And also the other books I also want to read besides the ACOTAR series, I want to finish reading the Windy City series. I read like the first book, Mile High, and then I plan on reading The Right Move, Caught Up, and Play Along. I also have the book like really literally in front of me. And I also want to finish The Folk of the Air. I think that's the name, you know, like the Cruel Prince, like the remaining books of the Cruel Prince, like series. I did start The Wicked King in May, but I just wasn't like vibing with it. Yeah, I never like finished it. I like put it on pause. So yeah, I also want to finish that series. I also have the Queen of Nothing book. So yeah, I want to finish those books, but maybe near the end of the year probably. And then I also want to read Powerless, I want to read A Little Life, I want to read the other Frida McFadden books. That's basically it when it comes to like reading. As for what I've been watching, honestly, I haven't watched much anime lately because, you know, most of the animes that are like releasing right now just don't really interest me, and like all of the animes I wanted to watch, like really wanted to watch, I've already watched them. So yeah, I haven't watched much lately. The last animes I watched were the latest season of Kimetsu no Yaiba. I also watched Hell's Paradise. Then I also watched the latest season of Black Butler, which was like amazing. Like teenage me was just thriving, honestly. And then I also watched Solo Leveling. I liked all of them. And on my watching list currently, I have Kuroko no Basket, which I think I've watched like 6 or 7 episodes, and To be honest, I'm not really enjoying it. I know this is like an unpopular opinion, I guess, but I don't know, I think it just, for a sports anime, it's kind of bland. I feel like there's just like something missing, like, you know, that sports anime enthusiasm is just not there. And I love sports anime. Like, some of my favorite animes are sports anime. For example, Haikyuu and like Free are some of my favorite animes of all time. So it saddens me to say that I'm not enjoying it, Kuroko no Basket. I might drop it because I just don't really feel like continuing with it. So like, I also have Yamishi by season 13, which I'll finish. Also, the episodes are like, what, 4 to 5 minutes each, and it's a horror anime and I love like horror stuff, so yeah, I'll finish that one. So yeah, that's basically it on the anime. I've also watched a lot of true crime documentaries. I like place here some of them because at the top of my head I just like can't remember. And when it comes to movies, I've watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, which I really enjoyed. I went to the cinema to watch it. I've also watched the It Ends With Us movie, also went to the cinema, and I've also watched the American Psycho movie. It was really good, honestly, and it's one of those movies where it has like hidden meanings and stuff. As for the stuff I want to watch the Lacey Peterson documentary on Netflix. Also want to watch the Worst Ex Ever, also on Netflix. And also the new season of Unsolved Mysteries, also on Netflix. And I also want to watch the new season of House of the Dragon. I know it's been a while since it's out. I think it's released maybe in June. And that's basically it for what I've been watching, so not much. And when it comes to plans, like for the channel, I want to continue with the vlogs and like mainly reading vlogs. I also want to do the switching screen time for reading challenge, and I also want to film the video on the books I read this year and also the animes I read this year like I normally do. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Like, I want to get back into like filming YouTube videos and like posting, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it every week, as I said. And also I don't want to like push myself too hard, but like if you want to keep up with like me and my content and like mainly like what I've been reading, you can like follow my Bookstagram. As I said, I'm active there basically every day. I hope to see you here for the next videos, and yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you have an amazing day and see you next time. Bye.